Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, council, those employees of the town that are present, thank you. And our interim town manager, thank you for attending this May 12th, 2026. Kat, you here?
Here.
David?
Here.
Here. Doug?
Here.
Okay, all the council are in attendance. If you would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Approval of minutes, April 14th, 2026, regular and closed sessions. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Do we have any revisions or discussions on those minutes? Okay. Kat?
Aye.
David?
Aye.
Aye. Doug?
Aye.
Okay, very good. All right, regular agenda adoption. There was a couple of things on here, council. One was the item number 10. If I'm not mistaken, which was our section number 10, other business. There will be no other business after closed session, so you can strike that. Secondly, under regular agenda, the Historic National Registry update, that's not a correct term for that group. It should be either the National Registry or the National Register of Historic Places. Register, yes. So make note, that's still on the agenda, but it's just a verbiage change. Council, did you all have anything that you would like to address on the agenda before we make a motion? Okay, do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, agenda is approved. All right, consent agenda. We have a budget amendment 2026-05. Fireworks approval, Bowling Rock Country Club. Findings and application resolution and legal services agreement, USDA Water and Sewer Improvement Project. Do I have a motion to approve? Okay. Wayne made a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. And how do we vote?
Aye.
All those in,
Aye.
all in favor? All in favor. Hillary? Okay. Budget. Excuse me, public comments. Do we have anybody that would like to speak for 3 minutes on anything? The weather? Yes. Yes, if you would, please step up to the microphone. Yes, and just state your name and address. My hearing's not what it used to be.
Well, mine's not at all. I guess
Okay.
I'm Alan Nowell. I live on Sunrise Cove in Blowing Rock. Been here for 25 years. Part of the agenda tonight is for,
Okay, can I stop you for a moment?
yes,
Do you want to speak on the annexation?
yes, sir.
Okay, we're going to have a public open session, so you can come back up and speak on that at that time. That way we're following protocol.
Very good.
Is that good? All right, thank you. Now, is there anybody that would like to speak for 3 minutes on anything that's not pertaining to the public hearing section?
Even if we haven't signed up in advance?
Yes.
We do like for you to sign up in advance, but I saw you were running late this evening. State your name and address for the record.
Linda Lassiter, 559 Morningside Drive, and I would just like you all to know, in case you haven't been informed, that there are Tai Chi classes now in the Blowing Rock Rec Center on Tuesday mornings at 10 a.m.
Okay, council, did you make note of that?
And
Thank you.
Oh, my wife doesn't sign up.
they did not.
Thank you. Okay. Annexation requests, Rector NC Incorporated, ordinance 2026-01. Kevin Rothrock or Brian?
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Kevin is not here tonight. They had a big baseball game, so good luck to those guys.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to present to you a proposed annexation before you tonight. Mr. Richard Turk, which is here. With Richter Incorporated, has filed a petition for satellite annexation along with his applicable fees and is requesting an annexation for 2 single-family lots.
Could you please use the mic?
Is it on?
Can you hear better? A little better? Okay.
Thank you, Brian.
And I think Lane's pulling up the reference properties on the screen as well. Mr. Turk's requesting annexation for 2 single-family lots, and this is off of Sunrise Cove. The purpose of the annexation request is to connect to town water and sewer utilities. Mr. Turk would be responsible for extending the sewer to serve the lots in question through an easement of an adjoining property owner. Go back one. Go back. These are the two properties in question here. Connection is on Goforth Road here in the easement that he has in place is through this property above him there. Again, Mr. Turk would be responsible for running this at his cost for the connection. And this would be through the property, and it would be a gravity sewer line to Goforth Road. The properties are identified by Watauga County Pins 2817-48-1048-000 and 2817-48-2059-000. The applicant has submitted a petition for satellite annexation for the purpose of connecting to the town utilities. This is consistent with the town policy that requires any property that desires connection to town utilities must be located within the corporate limits. This is all the ETJ at this time. Public water is available along Sunrise Cove. Yeah, go back. This is Possum Hollow Road here. This is where you come up into Sunrise Cove. There's an existing 2-inch galvanized water line that Mr. Turk could connect to also. That would be at his cost as well. The petitioner shall be responsible for the costs associated with the extension of the public sewer to serve the subject property. Specifically, the petitioner would be required to, would be required to front the cost for a sewer pump, public sewer pump, line connection to the public sewer main, which is in Goforth Road. This is, again, considered town code. The petitioner will also be responsible for any sewer availability fees. when the connection is to be made. The proposed sewer system would be installed for the petitioner at his cost again and shall be designed for public use. And any future additional connections will be available for other residents upon annexation of their properties. The properties were references is on up into Sunrise Cove here, which is in the ETJ as well. If other properties in the general vicinity of Sunrise Cove are annexed in the future, the town would require, or this could be a discussion in the future, to possibly upgrade the existing 2-inch water main that's there. That could be through assessments to the property owners. It could be, a discussion with the town to upgrade that, but that would happen at the time any of the other future property owners want to connect and be annexed in. Mr. Turk has met all the burdens for satellite annexation. So basically through staff review, the annexation petition has appeared has met all the requirements for the satellite annexation to be satisfied. If approved as presented, the annexation will become effective on June 30th, 2026. And boundary maps will be recorded in Watauga County Register of Deeds and with the North Carolina Secretary of State. And also a copy of the map will be with the Watauga County Board of Elections. I can take any questions, concerns, any clarifications. Mr. Turk is here also to answer any questions as well.
A question about the water line. At what point, and I guess I'm asking, would we require an upgrade of 2-inch line? Is that the addition of another property, 4 properties?
That's correct. I think the 2-inch is adequate for Mr. Turk to add the 2 properties he's requesting annexation for. Beyond that, it would need to be assessed. Probably number one for the adequacy of putting more pressure on the line.
Let's say a 3rd property came in a year and wanted to be annexed. At that point, and we determined that we need to upgrade that line, is that cost bore by 3 properties?
I think that would be the discussion at the time as you annex that property. And I think this is probably just for, I guess the information on that 2-inch water line is more for, with Mr. Turk annexing, he's got the right to connect to that one, and there's adequate service on line for those 2. But I think it was just for, this is what would possibly happen in the future in that discussion at some point when those are annexed. What that is, I don't know. Could be different scenarios.
Okay.
I think at some point that line could be upgraded.
David, can I follow up on your question? Yeah. We require a 6-inch water line for fire hydrant service. Okay. And where's the closest fire hydrant to that area? Just for safety reasons.
I'm not sure. I'd have to look into it.
Down there at Joe Green's on the corner.
Where?
Down there at Joe Green's on the corner. I think.
Okay.
Matt's here. If he might could clarify if we need to.
Graham's also here too. He makes maps for that.
So the yellow line is the ETJ, correct? That line.
Is this the photo you want?
Town limits.
That's the town limits, and the ETJ is to the right.
This was property they annexed in.
Okay.
That property's already annexed. Yes.
Yeah. So he pull his water off of Goforth?
Yes. Well, I'm the Sunrise Cove now.
Wait a minute. You said he's pulling water off of Goforth, or the sewer line is from Goforth? I thought the water was coming.
Water line is existing on Sunrise. Go back one. This is the existing water line there now. That's a 2-inch. Where he'd be servicing the sewers through an easement through this property. And probably one of those manholes. I'm not sure which one, but we'd have to clarify. I'd have to get that, but this is on go forth here.
But if the water line is coming from Possum Hollow, that's a 2-inch line, and and we don't know where the fire hydrant is there.
Which is where it was.
There's,
I think as you turn up into Sunrise Cove, I believe that's a hydrant there.
Is that what that blue dot is?
Maybe that.
is that close enough?
But you're, you know, well, you can't put it on 2-inch lines. So.
Right. I mean, that's what I'm just curious about, is there adequate fire protection there?
That would be the, with Mr. Turk incurring the cost of the sewer to allow the other properties to some point annex in. That's when it brings in the scenario, well, this, obviously an opportunity to upgrade a line, because it would need to be upgraded at some point to put additional pressure on that. But that, you know, that's a discussion, you know, if it's a new line added, it could be some hydrants added further up in Sunrise Cove there possibly.
Follow up on David's question too about hypothetically, which properties could request or would, do you think, request to be annexed? If any.
There's several up on in Sunrise Cove there. I think, I don't know the exact number, there might be 6, 8, 10 properties up in there, 6 or 8, that would feasibly probably be able to tie onto it.
So this is a new development? New? No?
No, it's existing. It's an existing subdivision, part of a subdivision.
Does this annexation negatively affect any neighbors? Either,
Wouldn't think so. I mean, I think his intent, and it's all zoned R15 there, so you're looking at single family homes.
okay.
He could tie onto the water system now, paying double rates. There's just not sewer access there.
So, should we open the public hearing?
I'll go ahead and ask. So I'm curious about the adequacy of the access road, Sunrise Cove. Be curious about who owns it and who maintains it. So if we have this satellite annexation, which is, I'm guessing, maybe 100 yards, 150 yards from Possum Hollow, we annex this and we're promising to provide utility services, emergency services, trash collection. Is this road adequate for that in terms of emergency access, utility, accessibility, things of this nature? Do you know that?
I do. We rode up, and me and Kevin, we took a look, and the road could use improvements. The question is, how much right-of-way is there for widening or improvements? I think there could be some small improvements done within the existing footprint of the road that's there. But I think it would take probably some work on our end, Mr. Turk's end, to see what kind of right-of-way is there to have widening improvements from that standpoint. Tough area to turn around, trash truck, fire truck, whatever. You know, I don't know how it's been done in the past, probably someone's driveway. But I think that would just have to be it'd have to be something that we would look into.
If this property that's on the map is already annexed. I assume we're using that road.
This
Yes,
is,
that's,
there's a home here that's accessed off of Sunrise here. And this one is accessed mainly off of Goforth. I think there is a back entrance to that.
I see.
I think it's mainly off of Goforth.
Okay.
And fire questions, I think their eyes are up there chomping at the bits.
There's actually three of us here that are involved with different categories, so what are we gonna talk about? Water?
Do you want to come speak up the microphone?
Come on in, Chief. You got to go first.
You got abandoned that quick.
The water goes up through Possum Hollow. The closest hydrant is kind of an insignificant question because it's not within a distance that we would prefer. There are two main water lines. One is a 12 that goes all the way to the tank from the clear well. And is there a 6-inch on that?
6-inch there as well, yes.
Right. So tying into that and carrying the 6 up to within 500 feet of the last improved property would be the quick, simple water question.
This is all within the fire district already, though, just, yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Right, but the city limits is different than the ETJ and the rural district. So the roads,
Got access, how do you feel on road access?
they're not to the requirements right now. Or the main one is not.
You have problems with your truck, big truck, getting in there?
Last time I ran one high up on the hill at Sunset Cove, I think I was having problems in an ambulance. So
Aaron's mama up there.
yeah, that would need to be addressed, I assume.
I believe the road gets worse past this property
Yeah.
significantly.
Right. Road is even stretching it in some places up there.
Yes.
I do know there's right of ways up through there, but I don't know what, there's power line right of ways. There's a lot of overlook. Lane, can you go to that survey?
Thank you, Chief. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
There is a lot of street easements and right of ways. When it gets over to here, it's just something we'd have to look into and see what could be widened or improved there. I think there is quite a bit of right of way as you come up into Sunrise Cove here. But once it starts branching off, I don't know. If that's a question that we may need to hold off on this to explore and get with the property owner, that's,
Do we know the disposition of this road? Who owns it and maintains it?
it's all private. I don't know what, Mr. Turk probably can elaborate. I don't know what the agreements are for any kind of maintenance on it.
Shall we open it to the public?
Bring down the road.
Yes, sir.
Would you like to come up and?
I'm Jeff. One here.
Okay, stand behind the microphone right here, okay? And the council may have questions for you. Council may have questions for you.
I'm ready.
If he wants to answer who may own that road, or what we were talking about.
About who owns the road?
Right.
Do you know the disposition of the road? Who owns the road?
No, I don't. But I agree with the gentleman with the fire department. It's substandard. And we, we remodeled a house at 158 Sunrise Cove. And I've got one of those little things I can point it out. So, this is the two lots we're talking about. This is Sunrise Cove right here. And we did a tar and chip application from there down to here. And then we have intention that when we get these two houses completed, we seek some support from our neighbors, but if they don't want to, then we're going to tar and chip that too. It doesn't widen the road, however, and I don't know who owns it. But obviously it's an easement. Any other questions?
Good? Thank you.
Thank you.
You want to open the public hearing?
Yes.
All right, for those in the public that would like to come up and speak, when you do come up, please state your name and address for the record.
My name's Levita Nowell, and I live the last house on Sunrise Cove. I'm 5 foot tall. How am I going to do that? Okay, you see the last house listed? Mine's the next one.
Yes.
That's Daisy Hollow's house. I have a couple of concerns. First of all, the water line is woefully inadequate. We find ourselves dry showering quite often. I'm told that it was due to be replaced 25 years ago and has yet to be replaced. I'm told that it is corrosive and the water does not get through it. So it is a big problem and a big concern if we're going to tax more houses onto this. Also, I'm concerned about the sewer being pumped up over the creek. If we've got raw sewage in a pipe contained going over a creek and there's a mishap, that's going to be a problem. And also, and my neighbor's going to address more of this, but that property does not perk. And the road in front of it, hydroponds, we have Mr. Green out scraping it quite often, but if we put more property there and that road's inadequate, we're going to have big problems. We have problems as it is now, getting in and out a lot of times, especially in bad weather. So I'm concerned about that, but mostly the water. It's not going to carry that because there's only like 3 or 4 of us there year-round, permanent residents. And one of us turns on the water, it's like let the other one know to get out of the shower, you know, because it's a problem. So I'm hoping you'll consider those things, you know, think about that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your patience.
Alan Nowell again. I live with my wife at the top of Sunrise Cove, top of Possum Hall, Sunrise Cove. I noticed that Nick Lyons was the guy that had the survey done. That would have been 25, 26 years ago. I've had my house going on 26 years now. But when I bought the house, we had a paved road that goes up. It was not in great shape, but it was a paved road that there was no problem with. Nick took all of the asphalt off of the road and used that to try to improve the property that this gentleman is trying to develop now. There's a whole driveway, the entire Sunrise Cove. All of the asphalt that was on there is now piled up on that piece of property. Whether that makes any difference to anybody, but like I say, we had a paved road when we bought the house and didn't have any problem with it. And as far as the people that are supposed to maintain the road, I've been paying for it for 25 years now. Nick, Joe Hollers, the guy that lived next to me, he always shared the expense of the road. And my newest neighbor over there, she pays her share too. So it was everybody that lives on the road takes care of the road. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
we have anyone else that would like to speak?
So I'm Jasmine. I live at 296 Sunrise Cove. So I'm in that house right there. I'm just up the hill. So the new the lots flank the end of what we use as our driveway. And I can confirm the water pressure issue on that line for sure. You know, it's very inconsistent. And I guess if one of us is using a lot of water, the other one doesn't have a lot of pressure. But so there's that. And I am concerned about the road accessibility as well. It is a very narrow, as they've already spoken to, very narrow gravel road, has lots of ruts. We do go all in like a potluck and get it, re-gravelled and graded a couple of times a year to try to maintain it. But there's no turnaround area. I can't imagine getting a fire truck in the state it's in, which we've already spoken to. But I can just kind of, reiterate what's already been said, that a lot of upgrades would need to take place, I think, in order to annex and build 2 new properties there. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. Do we have anyone else that would like to speak on this particular subject? Council, do I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Do I have a second? The hearing is now closed. Council, what are your thoughts?
I have a question.
Too many unknowns.
Yeah.
Tonight.
The houses in the first part of Sunrise Cove, are they on sewer or are they on septic?
The majority of them are on septic.
Okay.
Is the house Mr. Turk renovated on septic? Some sewer?
So would it be, instead of pumping up to Goforth, could these be accessible to where the other ones are hooked in? Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Can you repeat what you were saying for me, for the record?
These 2 houses right here have sewer.
Okay.
They're private lines. We have sewer in Possum Hall. So that's why he would pump to Goforth. Up to here, probably. That manhole.
Thank you, John. Appreciate that. Council.
I'd like to propose tabling this till the June meeting. I feel like we need more clarity on this road, this water line, and potentially the need for another fire hydrant closer to, or not. I would feel more comfortable making a decision when we have more answers.
Suggestion. Probably push it to July.
I don't care.
The reason is, looking like June might be pretty heavy.
I'm fine with it.
We want to give it ample time, and then give them ample time to do research. What do you think, Dave?
Brian, would that allow enough time?
Okay. You're okay with that?
I'm okay with that, yes, sir.
All right, so Dave's made a motion to table this until July.
Second.
Second? Okay, we've got a second. Kat?
Aye.
David?
Aye.
Wayne? Doug?
Aye.
Okay, it has been tabled until we get additional information on water, sewer, and so on. Okay, until July meeting.
Because you understand that I can build this house right now with the county.
Yes.
We can build both houses down there with the county without doing anything to the road. And I don't believe that's my responsibility.
But for the council to make a good decision, because you're considering on developing this property. And so the council has the best interest of you at heart, as well as whomever might purchase those pieces of property from you.
One of them's going to be our age and place house.
Yeah.
Not getting any younger.
They just want, they need to make sure that it has good accessibility with water and see what the options are on the road. But yes, you could, you're right, you could go ahead because you're in the county. That's true. But from what you have said. But I think the county is, I mean, the council is trying to look at everyone's best interest.
Okay.
Okay?
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, guys.
Yes, sir.
All right. Fine. You're still up here. Okay, this is what we now call the historic or National Register.
Preservation
And, I did miss that. Yes, thank you. Okay, we're going to do the proclamation of the town of Blowing Rock. National Preservation Month. Whereas historic preservation is an effective tool for managing growth and encouraging sustainable development, revitalizing neighborhoods, fostering local pride, and maintaining community character, while enhancing livability. And whereas historic preservation is relevant for communities across the nation, both urban and rural, and for Americans of all ages, all walks of life, and all ethnic backgrounds. And whereas it is important to celebrate the role of history in our lives and the contributions made by dedicated individuals in helping to preserve the tangible aspects of the heritage that has shaped us as people. And whereas federal recognition on the National Register of Historic Places has already been awarded to 9 properties in Blowing Rock area, including Greg House, West Globe, Green Park Inn, the former Randall Memorial Building, East Tennessee and Western North Carolina Railroad, locomotive number 12, the Tweetsie engine, Green Park Historic District, Bollinger, Hartley House, Bardell Family Cottages, Historic District, and Flat Top Estate. Whereas on Blowing Rock Central Downtown Main Street today, there are 23 buildings built between the 1870s and 1920s. And 15 buildings built between the 1930s and the 1970s, as well as countless more historic homes and businesses on almost every street in town, all of which have withstood the test of time. And whereas we can celebrate our rich history, heritage today only because of the stewardship of many who have come before us, protecting and continue to bring life to these historic structures, which make all of us wish that these walls could talk. And whereas the historic buildings, houses, and districts of Blowing Rock help make our community unique and provide important links between our past and future. Now, therefore, I, Charlie Sellers, Mayor of Town of Blowing Rock, proclaim May as National Preservation Month and call upon the people of Blowing Rock to join their fellow citizens across the United States in recognizing and participating in this special observance. Did you write that? That was very good. Thank you. Now, to rectify my mistake, now we are going to hear from Brian Johnson on what we re-verbalized as the National Register or National Register of Historic Places. Right. All right? Okay. Floor is yours.
Thank you, Mayor. Quick update. At the council retreat back in late winter, staff was charged with exploring 4 properties for the National Register of Historic Places. Number 1 was Memorial Park. The second property was the Town of Blowing Rock Library. The third was the Blowing Rock Town Hall. And the fourth was the 1888 Museum, which is known also as the Batauga Hotel Cottage of the old Batauga Hotel that used to sit there. Staff has started the process on these 4 properties. It is a lengthy process. Got to sit back and relax a little bit. Can take up to a year, but we have sent to the state SHPO office, State Historic Preservation Office, our intent to try to get these designated. And the process from here, they go to a federal study list. And basically it's a preliminary step review to see if the properties are worthy of the designation. Once that is back to us and we can move forward, we'll be working with the State Historic Preservation Office on providing narratives and more information on the properties, and get the ball rolling on that. But right now it's in the study list. Like I said, the process could take up 8 months to a year. But we've got the ball rolling and we're excited about it. So, very good. Any questions? We'll keep you informed as we're informed.
For clarification purposes for the public, would you give a quick detail on what the designation consists of? Okay, the town properties.
The National Register of Historic Places, it's a designation that helps protect properties once they're designated. The main things is to follow certain guidelines when renovations, repairs, reconstruction, those types of things are done, and to follow those guidelines. It's a voluntary designation to seek. And I think, having those on the town properties would be a good fit for us to follow for the town. Like I said, it gives guidance on correct procedures to renovate and do it in the right way. A lot of people don't see renovations every day. They walk by things, and the question is it being done right? This helps protect good historic buildings.
Thank you, Brian.
Right.
Thanks for your hard work. Appreciate it.
I do have a question on that. Now, it's my understanding that you could renovate, they give you guidance, but you don't have to follow that guidance, or where's?
You don't. I mean, it's all voluntarily.
Okay.
I think once people have that information in front of them, a lot of times it's no more expensive to do it the right way than it is not to do it the right way.
Exactly.
It gives you better guidance and it gives you the designation there.
If they're not looking over your shoulder, and is that correct?
And town property is a little different than like a private property owner. If they had a designation, for lack of better terms, it don't prevent a property from being torn down. There is some mechanisms to provide input within a certain time frame to hopefully work things out. It don't prevent someone from not following. It does give good guidance.
That's good. Thank you very much.
Council. Thank you. Thanks for the update. All right, council, we need to set a date for public hearing, the reduction of the speed limit on Green Hill Road. I'd probably recommend July or August. July?
July?
July. Okay. So we will set a public hearing to be presented on speed limit reduction on Green Hill Road in July. Thank you, Hillary.
I'm gonna give you the date, Margie, the 14th.
14th, July 14th. Okay, thank you, Hillary. Good with that, Lane? Oh, that's right, you won't be here, will you?
That sounds
We can
great
bring
to
you
me.
in. We're happy to bring you in for that, yeah.
But we can bring him in as an expert witness.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's not a bad idea. Okay. All right, sculpture donation. Miss Perry.
Yes.
Take your name there.
My name is Catherine Cat Perry. I live at 103 Morningside Drive, Blowing Rock. No, that's not right. It's 277 Morningside Drive.
Got that?
I just moved there. So, good evening, Mayor and Council. Can you hear me? We talk about the fact that Blowing Rock is a charming town, but many times we're challenged to qualify the reasons why it is a charming town. Well, I think one reason our town is charming is the flowers and the aspects of beautification that present an attractive and appealing face that people are drawn to. Several months ago, as I was driving on South Main Street, I noticed 4 sculptures at the Mac House Designs consignment. They are each of children. Some are playing, climbing, being windblown, and sharing a birthday cake. I immediately thought how appropriate and lovely some of these would be to display in our town. I have some pictures that we can look at. Given the fact that we have so many children who play in the park, I immediately thought, the children is part of the energy that our town should project. And these are playful and energetic. So my idea is for individuals or organizations to purchase a sculpture and donate it to the town. As of today, we have 2 sculptures spoken for with the possibility of a third one. We have not pinpointed the exact location for these to be erected, but we have slated either Broyhill Park, Annie Cannon Garden, or Devant Field as great locations. We would not put them in Memorial Park just because of all the activities that are going on in Memorial Park. There will be a plaque at the bottom of each sculpture specifying who has donated it, and that person can also honor someone if they'd like to. So they can put it donated by, in honor of, or in memory of. Jennifer Brown has obtained permission from the board, formerly known as BRAC, to put the art up. Matt Blackburn, Director of Public Works, and his department will install the sculptures securely so as not to be hazardous, and he has looked at them and has established the correct method to do so. So these were all part of an estate that Mac House purchased. And they saw how they were erected in this estate on the property. And they also gave Matt some suggestions for the best way to do it. Jennifer and I this came up before I was able to do this work, but Jennifer and I will walk those areas next week and look at potential places where these 3 and maybe 4, if the 4th one is purchased, will be located. So I'm just presenting this evening to you, for your education and information, but also for you to approve the initiative and this plan. Thank you, respectfully. Oh, questions? Questions?
Who's the artist?
The artist is no one we know, and they're not local.
Okay.
No one we know, and the person is not local.
Which one is the largest?
What?
The largest statue that you.
The largest statue, which one?
This one.
Well, the most expensive one and the largest one is that one, where they're climbing a rock. And it is also a fountain. It can be set up as a fountain, a water fountain. And are you looking at prices?
Well, no, I'm not looking at prices. I'm looking at one to keep people from climbing that they'll have.
We'll have to have signs. We'll have to have signs up. Do not climb, do not touch.
The ones kind of work a little bit better. You don't have, I just worry about the kids climbing on.
I can see, yeah.
Something large is what I was, the smaller ones I like a lot.
So there's 4, 2 big, 2 small.
Which ones have been purchased already?
The 2 small ones and possibly the children climbing the fence.
Would signs protect us in the event of a child climbing on it and falling?
That's a question for our attorney.
I mean, that's a question for the court.
We don't want to go there.
A lawyer kind of answer. But I mean, if we were to have something like this, we definitely need to have signs. They need to be comprehensive as far as whatever dangers these art installations might pose, and what that is, we have to workshop that as far, make sure that we include everything there.
Don't climb at your own risk.
My concern is if they're in places like DeVant Field where there's not much monitoring of those places, we're not going to see it. Kids go down there by themselves without parents or whatever. So I would rather see them in a more visible location, I think.
We had sort of looked at a place, there's a rock at DeVant Field. We thought it would be nice there by the rock. And I'm just going to say this. You can have lots of rules and you can have fencing around it, but you cannot save people from themselves. So in terms of liability, yes, we have a certain responsibility, but can we stop everything? Can we? So that is my point, but it's up to all of us to decide if we want to do something like this.
What would
Because
you like from council tonight, Kat?
well, I'd like to have some approval for us to go forward, because we've had a couple purchased, and Jennifer got permission from BRAC. She and I have been in touch and communication and talked about it a lot, but if the council thinks that this is not a wise idea, then it's not a wise idea. I was looking at it, yes, I thought about liability, but I also was looking at it as enhancing, the beautification and the aspect of our town that makes it charming.
They're beautiful. I think it's a wonderful idea. I would want to have them in a more visible location, though.
Would it be possible to approve the two smaller ones tonight and then wait until next month that we hear from Jennifer about locations on those big ones where they'd be placed, if they will fit in, because they may not even fit in somewhere down there. The smaller ones, I think it's going to be a whole lot easier to locate places for them. But would it be possible just to make the motion on the two small ones?
Will this have to come back to you guys to approve the locations, though?
We might as well just hold off.
I mean, will it have to come back to council to approve the locations?
For just the locations, I would think it's gonna be located on.
I think maybe Mr. Matheson's making a motion just to approve the concept for the smaller ones and bring those back later and look at a place for the bigger one possibly, but endorse.
I know what he's trying to do, but my point is he having to, does this have to come back in front of council to approve the locations for two smaller ones? That's my question.
Yeah, I mean, unless council put the discretion for the placement, you know, with someone on staff or something like that. If it was left open-ended, yes, it would have to come before council again to determine.
Put that discretion at Jennifer, you know, because she's the Parks and Rec superintendent. So. I mean, that's my suggestion.
Okay.
Well, I have a couple of thoughts. Back in 2021, we had a Parks and Rec advisory committee, and we evaluated each park and came up with what the vision for that park is, what the use should be. Some Memorial Park is for activities, for instance, and other parks are more for reflection. And I would invite you to go back and look at those and which parks would be most appropriate for sculpture like this. The other thing is, we know that the Village Foundation is working hard on a plan for Annie Cannon Garden, and I would want some collaboration there if one is to be placed there. So
I've been speaking with them.
okay, good, thank you. But I would be okay with the two smaller ones. I have concerns about the larger ones and liability and just scale and massing of those.
Okay.
How would you all like to move forward? Approving the concept?
Right, approving and with Jennifer, you know, that way it don't have to come back in front of us again. The discretion of Jennifer or where to go. That's all right.
Is that a motion?
Yeah, is that a
Yes.
motion?
Yeah.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Okay, so you made the motion, you seconded.
Vote. Aye.
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 All right. Okay. All right, now, manager's recommended budget presentation. Lane?
Thank you, Mayor. Council, it's been an honor to serve as your interim manager since December. But as the mayor mentioned earlier, all good things must come to an end. And 3 weeks from tomorrow, Alice Durian will assume the reins as the town manager. And you've got wonderful, talented staff here, and I think she's going to build on that and do some really, really good things. The budget before you in many respects has been very challenging and in some ways a perfect storm. We've had a couple of challenges that have really hit us. The first is the local government employees retirement pension system, which I'm enjoying that now and will, that's why I'm an interim, not a permanent manager, but the system called this year for an increase system-wide for regular non-law enforcement employees of 0.75%, a quarter of a percent. For law enforcement officers, it was going up 1 cent. However, Blowing Rock is in the state employees health plan. And I did not understand or appreciate what that meant until about a month ago. This year, for the first time ever, there is a surcharge for employers that are on the state health plan to the pension system. And that surcharge will mean an additional increase in our pension responsibilities of 7.89%. So the total pension costs that we will be facing this year will be a $549,000 increase. A penny on the tax rate is equivalent to $174,500. Our pension cost alone would mean a 3.14 cent increase in the tax rate there. Another challenge that we have is that we've had lower growth than we anticipated and budgeted in sales tax. And we have adjusted that to reflect what our growth has been for the past couple of years. And our revenue is actually going to be down in sales tax next year versus what we have budgeted in the current year, despite the fact that we've had growth in revenue. That difference is $157,000 in less revenue. That's equivalent of 0.9 cents on the tax rate. When we started working on the budget, we had $18,050,000 in request. We have pared that down to $16,600,000 right at $16,700,000. We've cut $1,300,000 in the budget, made some pretty significant cuts, but we're still maintaining much needed critical needs. There are some capital items in there. One of the things that's critically needed and on its last leg is a new sanitation truck, garbage truck for the Public Works Department. I was in a meeting with the TDA this afternoon, and they talked about improvements to the Glen Burnie Trail. And at the retreat, you asked that we include funds for restroom facilities there and other infrastructure for the Glen Burnie Trail. And we also have one vehicle replacement. We've had some ADA challenges tonight, people hearing. We've got money in there to improve that. And while we're doing that, I think it would be wise to make some renovations to this building. So we've done that. I'm also recommending a 3% COLA adjustment for our employees. I would point out that the latest CPI, we worked this out before, we saw that as 3.3%. So the COLA adjustment's actually a little bit below the CPI rate. To fund all of this, and I'm recommending a 5-cent tax increase. And even with the 5-cent property tax increase, our tax rate would be in line with neighboring municipalities in Watauga County. In the Water and Sewer Department, we don't have any significant capital items budgeted in this budget. However, we will begin the USDA loan process, and you did some of that tonight, and people have worked on that for a while. We're not anticipating debt payment on that in this fiscal year before you because of the timing, but I'm recommending in anticipation of that and just our increased operational expenses, a rate increase of 3.5% there. I would like to think some people have been extremely helpful in putting this budget together. First off, we had an interim finance director for part of the time that been the interim manager. Mike Stanley did a great job, as well as Christine Kirk. She was wonderful assistance to him during the process. I'm also very grateful that we have Margaret Pierce back with us as our town finance director, and her expertise has been invaluable in pulling this together and has helped us a lot with the revenues. I appreciate the task that's ahead of us and look forward to working with each of you during my final 3 weeks or so here as we transition to Alice to get the budget adopted. And we'll do everything we can to make sure that we continue to serve the citizens of Blowing Rock, and look forward to working with you through this process.
Thank you.
I understand that, I want to confirm that the date for our budget work session is May the 20th at 3 p.m. And I think Mr. Matheson will have to zoom in on that meeting from Florida because of a family matter that he has to attend to.
You okay with that? You comfortable with that, Doug? Good. Okay, good.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so as he did state, we do have the council, the work session on the 20th. And then the final recommended, final budget approval will be at our June council meeting. Hope so. Hopefully.
Be like the state.
Oh, no, we, well, that means we won't get paid. Oh, wait a minute. We don't make anything. All right.
I'd like to thank the manager and Margaret and Kristen and Mr. Stanley for all the work they have done in getting this together, because I know it's been hard.
Yeah, I'd like to say it has been a treat to get to know you, to work with you, and to get to be a friend, and hopefully we stay in touch years to come. Thank you for all you've done for our town.
I would
Yes.
like that. Thank you.
Yes.
Well, I guess we'll go with official reports and comments then. Mayor, I want to thank the fire department. They had another unfortunate incident this last week on Norwood Circle. Very unfortunate situation, but the fire department did a great job of containing the fire, preventing other properties from being harmed. Tell you, our fire, police, public works, all our people, administration are second to none. And my thanks. And yes, I would, Blaine, thank you for the time that you've served. I know you've tried to run away a couple of times. We brought you back. And, you know, I know this budget was tough. I mean, I know numbers, or at least I like to think I know numbers. And when I see sales tax down and gas shooting up, and unfortunately, it's just a sign of the times right now. But we are very fortunate to have the good citizens we have, the good town employees we've got. And I mean, that's second to none. But and welcome, Margaret. She was here a few years ago and decided she missed it so much she wanted to come back. So, welcome. Thank you, Lane.
Lane, it has been a pleasure. I'm so grateful for what your experience and your knowledge that you brought to our town during, when we didn't have anybody. But we'll miss you. You've done a great job. We're so excited about our finance director, Margaret. We know we are in good hands with you. And we are very excited about Alice. Darian coming on. She's top notch. Great experience, great, deep knowledge. So, and yes, we have wonderful employees. So,
There's so many people to thank this month, but I'd like to switch it up if I may, Mayor. I always feel like we steal the thunder when there's so many people to thank. So I'd like to start at the other end and come this way, if that's okay.
Lane,
Screwed either way.
I will reiterate just what everyone else said, but you brought us through. I was very nervous about finding a new town manager, and I think your guidance and whatever, we really appreciate that. Alice is going to be a wonderful addition, and if you haven't met her yet, I think the town is going to absolutely love her. Fire department, no words. I don't know that I ever remember seeing this many fires. I think we've had, just about one a month.
I think I've been bad luck there. That's.
I also want to say, we really appreciate the stop sign at Green Hill. I've been hearing some good things, especially, I think there was a comment from some contractors that said they were going to have to stay on 321 until they got to the Parkway now. So, but there's been a lot of good things. Our staff, Margaret, we really are excited to have you. And thank you very much for coming back. And that's about all I've got.
Oh. Was that a motion he made to start on this thing? I didn't hear a second.
And he didn't get a vote either.
Didn't get a vote either, so.
It's tabled for now, but go ahead.
He just wanted to end.
Yeah. Yeah, also, I had more praise emails sent to me on the fire department, which is very good because I've had a tough year. It's been a hard year for them. So it's nice to have seen all the praise and stuff that people were sending in. And I hope the chief and the assistant chief are here and get to hear that, pass it on to their guys. I'll go with one other good thing before I go to the bad. I thoroughly enjoyed last week being at conference with my fellow council members. I feel like we all attended some great classes while we were down there. I felt we got to spend some quality and quantity time with our new town manager, which was great. Really looking forward to her joining us. But I really enjoyed the time that we had together. I think that we all learned a lot there. Going to the bad, one of the hard things that has been a moving target for Margaret and Lane to try and do on this audit is our property tax bill. And today the House advanced it out of the finance into the rules. And so we're sitting there with, you've got Senator Berger on the Senate side with wanting to freeze it, and you've got the House side wanting to do a constitutional amendment. Neither one of them are good. It disappointed me this morning to hear that the State Association of County Commissioners had signed off on, I believe, Senator Berger's side of agreeing to the 1-year moratorium. So that was a little bit of a disappointment there, especially as hard as all of us are still trying to fight this. So that being said, we'll let the good words go on.
Well, it was great going down to North Carolina League of Municipalities with everybody here. If you've never been to this thing with Doug. It's like going to the Academy Awards with me. Everybody wants to come up and talk to him, be seen with him. It is quite a treat. I would just stand next to him and smile. So anyway, finally, Lane, thank you for all you've done. And most importantly, you were instrumental in finding Alice for us and telling us about all her good qualities. And I think the town is in for a real treat when they get to know our new town manager, and we're certainly up here excited about it.
Dave, it's all yours. Okay, thank you, Dave.
No, I really echo what's been said before. Thank you to our fire department. We have one of the best trained, best equipped departments anywhere, and so much of that goes to Chief Matheson, Chief Graham. If you saw the news, the house next door was very close to this structure and was saved. And that's just a tribute to our department. And so thank you very much. I want to echo Wayne and Doug's comments on our trip to Raleigh. One of the benefits was that we got to spend a lot of quality time with Alice, and I think we made a fantastic choice, and I do not think she's going to prove me wrong. So I'm looking forward to her getting here. I can't say enough, Lane. You beyond stepped up for us. Not only did you help find us a new town manager, you came in, did our budget, and it's my understanding the staff has grown very fond of you and does not want to see you leave. And that's a testament to yourself. So thank you. I feel like I've made a friend, and I really appreciate getting to know you and all you've done for Blowing Rock. Last, but certainly not least, I want to say thanks to Hillary. Hillary was so instrumental in getting our trip pulled together for Raleigh. She made the arrangements for our lodging, our meals, how we pay for all of that. There's an inside joke there. And it was very flawless, and we appreciate all that you did. Thank you. Yep, that's enough.
Joey.
Again, thank you. This has been a great pleasure working here 6 months, and you've got wonderful staff. I've enjoyed that. Great people here in the community. I've enjoyed working with each of you. I'm excited to see what lies ahead for Blowing Rock. This is truly a wonderful community, very special place, and you're right. We've become friends. Thank you. Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be going into closed session.
Okay, North Carolina General Statute 143-318.11A3, attorney-client privilege regarding litigation, and North Carolina General Statute 143-318.11A5, discussion of potential property acquisition.
Okay, council, we're going to adjourn for about 10 minutes.